Hi all, welcome to MSc Technologies. Today class we will discuss about SQL functions. Already last class also we discussed about some functions. Let me go through it. What and all we have covered. Okay. Last class we have covered the pattern matching related functions along with the null functions and set operations also we completed, and subqueries also we have completed, and existency check functionalities also we completed, and subquery comparison functions like any or also we completed. Okay. Today class we will discuss the remaining functions. Now we'll discuss about the aggregate functions. Before going into aggregate functions, last class we have used the one null function. We'll see that one. Okay. The function is coalesce. Okay, coalesce function is there. What is the use of this function mean? It is used to return the first null value. First not null value. Sorry. It is used to return the first not null value from list of values. Along with it is useful for handling the null values. How we can handle? What is the use cases? We'll see now. Okay. For example, coalesce function we can use for to get a first not null value. But example, I have a list of values. But example, here if you see, I have 4 values. Value 1 is a null, value 2 is a null, 3 is a hello, 4 is a warrant. Here, first not null value I want to get. I don't want to get a null value. What I want to get? I want to get a first not null value. Then this is approach. Let me run this query. You can see the output will be hello. Usually first value is null, but it doesn't pick. Okay, it will pick the only not null value. Second also null value. That's why it is not picking this value. Third is a hello. It is a not null value. That's why it is picking this value. If you have any requirement like this, you want to get any value. If it is a null, you want to skip on, you want to go to the next value. That kind of scenario also, we use a coalesce function. And another way. Okay, another approach also, another use case also we'll see now. But example, there is a null value in a table column. But let me show you. Let me print this table, employee table. If you see here, right, in the name column, we have a null value. But I don't want to show the null value. I want to show some other value apart from the null value. Or you want to replace the null value with some other value. Then what is the approach? We can use a coalesce function. How do you use? Select coalesce in the name column. Wherever null value is there, I want to replace with this value. What is the value I given? No middle name, or we can give no name. Okay, this is the value. This is not the null. Okay. Let me run this query. Now you can see in the second row, no name. If you want to give any other name, you can give. But example, I want to give a Kumar. Wherever null value is there, I want to replace with Kumar. Then this is the approach. You can see Kumar. Okay, anything, whatever you want, you can do. If you want to give number also, you can give. Okay. I hope you understood this coalesce function. What is the use? This is also we can consider as a null related functions. Now we'll go for a aggregate functions. In SQL, what are the aggregate functions are there? What is the use of that? We'll see. Okay. Let me go to aggregate functions. First, let me explain the definition. What is the aggregate function? SQL aggregate functions are built-in functions. Built-in functions mean which will come up with the SQL installation. If you install SQL, by default, it will come with installation. What is the purpose of these aggregate functions mean? Perform a calculation on a set of values and to return a single value. For example, you have multiple values. You want to do some action, calculating the operations you can do. And after doing it, it will return a single value as a result. Now, let me explain one by one. Count. First aggregate function is a count. What is the use of this count? Returns the number of rows that match a specified condition. Let me show it practically. Before that, let me create a table and insert some values. Here I'm going to create an employee table, and these are all the values I'm going to insert. Let me run at a time all these queries. Then what I need to do, I need to select all the queries. In the first query, it will delete a table. Then it will create. Then it will insert. Then I'm going to print all the values in a table. This is the output. You can see. These are the values we have. Employee ID, employee name, department name, salary. These are all the details we have in a table. Now, let me show you how to use the count function. Okay. Now, for example, I have a requirement. I want to get the total records, total rows. How many rows are there in a table? Then what is your approach? How do you know? It's very simple. Select count, that is a function of star. Star means it represents all the columns in a table. Now what it is doing, okay, but example, we have 10 rows, right? Then what it will return? It's written a count as a 10. That is the use of this one. Let me run and show you now. Now you can observe clearly what are the, how many rows are there in this table? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me change. This name also let me change. Exactly. Let me recreate again. Okay, fine. Now what I'm going to do, I want to know the total number of rows in a table. Now you can see the output is a 5. Okay. Now if you see column name, there is no column. Usually what happened, right? This count function, whatever it is written, it will show. There is no name. If you want to give the name also, you can give like as, okay, total rows. Okay, now this whatever values it is returning, right? It's come under this column. Let me run again. Now you see the different total rows 5. Like this, you can give a column name as your requirement. Now, next one more use case for count. Now my requirement is I want to get a employer count. How many employees are working under sales department? Especially I want to know there is a sales department is there, but how many employees are working for that sales department? I want to know. Then what is the query we have to write? Let me explain you. Select count star mean how many rows it will return. That rows count it will return, okay, from employee. Now I given a condition where department name equals to sales. Then it will return the only sales department related details or related rows. Then that rows only it will return a count. Now let me execute this query. Now we got only one record. Because for sales we have only one record, 103. That's why the count also 1. If you want to check, you can give HR or some IT. Now I given HR. Now let me show you what is the count. Now it is a 2 because we have 2 employers who are belongs to HR department. Okay. Now column name is same. If you want to give any column name, right, you can use as total rows like that. Okay. Now second one is the sum. What is the use of the sum? Okay. Sum mean, but example, we have a employees, right? We are paying the salary for each employee. Sometimes you want to know the how many employees are there. What is the total salary we are paying for the employers across the company. Then what you can do? We can use this sum. Sum what it will do? It will sum the all the employers salary. Okay. Then what is your approach? Select sum of salary from employee. If you see what is the total salary we are paying for all the employees, 35,000. You can cross check here also, 15,000, 10,000, 25, then 5,000, 30, then 3,000, 33, 2,000, 35. Okay, this is the total salary which we are paying to the all the employees. If you want to get this kind of sum, right? What is the function we have to use? Sum function we have to use. Next, there is a one more scenario for sum. I want to get the total salary. How much we are paying for the HR department. We have different departments. I want to get a total salary. How much we are paying for only for HR department employees. Then what we need to do? Just we have to give a where condition, where department name equals to HR. Now we are going to sum the only HR department employee salaries. Now you can see 13,000. How it will be 13? We can see here. How many employees are there for HR? We have 2 employees. First employee is 3,000 is getting. Another HR department employee is getting 10,000. Total will be 13,000. That's why the output also 13,000. Okay. Next is average. Average means, for example, we have a 10 employees. 10 employers. Then there are getting the different salaries. One employee getting the 5,000, one may getting the 10,000, one employee may getting 15,000. But average, how much we are paying for each employee? If you want to know what is our approach, we have to use a average function. Now let me print and show you. Let me run this query. 7,000 is the average for each employee. Total 35,000 we are getting. Already we have seen for all the employees. 35 by, if you do 5, what happened? This is the average, 7,000. Okay. Next, we have a minimum. I want to get the minimum salary. Who is getting the minimum salary among all the employees? Who is getting the very less salary? I want to know who is getting the very less salary among all the employees. Then this is the query minimum we have to use. Minimum salary 2,000. If you see here, minimum is a 2,000. Among all the employees' salary, the ball is getting the very minimum salary. If you want to get a maximum, who is getting the very maximum salary? Then we have to use the maximum. Here, if you see maximum is 15,000. Now let me run that maximum query also. Everything is same, just I am giving the maximum. Now we'll see the 15,000. These are the aggregate functions we can use as our requirement. It's very simple only, but just you do practice. Now we'll see the next, after aggregate function, we have a string function. String means scalar also. We can consider it as a scalar also. Now, what are the operations we can do on the string data type? We'll see now. Okay, first we'll see the definition. What is the use of the string functions? String functions are built-in functions. Already I explained what is built-in mean. Used to manipulate, search, compare, transform string data. That's mean if you want to modify the existing string and you want to get a only particular value from a string, you want to replace anything, string related operations and all you want to do, we can use a string operation. Now let me go through what are the string operations available. We have upper, lower, length, reverse, replace, substring, concat, right, left, trip. These are the very important, which we use very frequently. Now we'll go one by one. Before that, let me recreate a table. Let me change employee ID here. Should be 105. Okay, now it is fine. Sorry. Just something happened. Just a moment. Now we'll see one by one. If you see here, employee name only I'm printing. Okay. All employees are, you can see, first letter is capital, remaining under small only. Now I have a requirement. I want to get the employee name capital letter. I don't want to get a small letters, anything. All the characters should be capital. That is my requirement. Then what is your approach mean? It's very simple. Select upper, that is a function. Then we have to give a column. What are the characters are there in that column, right? That under converted into uppercase. Now I'm rerunning this query. You can see. You see all the names. See, each character is capital. Okay. Anytime if you have any requirement to convert all the characters into capital, it is very simple. Just you have to use a upper function. Next is a lower. Just it is opposite. If you want to convert into small letters, all the characters, then we have to go for a lower. Okay. Now next is a return the number of characters. But example, we have one name. I want to get the how many characters contain each name. Then we can go for a length. Length means it will return the characters count. See, first we have a 6 characters. Second, we have a 11, 5, 4, 6. How you can see here. But example, Balu is the 4 characters, but I given a space also. Before the Balu, I given a 2 spaces, after 2. That's why it is considering as a 6 characters. Okay, complete. I given 2 spaces, but even though it's coming 6 mean, if you give more than 1 space also, it is considering as a single character. Now next to Ramesh Babu. Okay, how many characters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Space also you have to consider 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can see 11 characters. Like this, if you want to get a length of that given name or any string, you can use a length. Next is reverse the string. There is a reverse function what it will do. Just it will reverse a characters. But example, first character in the Balu, right? Here in the Balu name, first character is Balu. If you reverse what happens, this B will go to last. A will go to second place from the last. Like that, it will reverse all the employees. Now you see the results. Coming to Balu, B came into last. Then A, L, U. Sometimes if you want to apply this reverse condition, particularly one employee, then what is your approach? Just you can think. But it is now what it is doing, it is reversing all the employees and all the employee names. Now I want to do for particular employee. I want to do for only Balu. Then what is your approach? We have to use a where condition. What is the where condition? Where employee name equals to Balu. This and all you need to practice to understanding more. Okay. Now we'll see the next. Next is a replace. What is the use of a replace? Okay. Replace what it's do. But example, employee name. Okay. Any employee. Okay. Wherever R is there inside a employee name, I want to replace with the triple name. That is my requirement. Then what you need to do? Replace that column name, then R. Wherever R exists in that employee name, it will replace with triple. Let me run and show you. Now you can see Ramesh. R is there, right? It is replaced with triple nine. Kumar, R is there, triple nine. Rama, R is there, triple nine. Naresh, triple nine. Wherever R is there, it is replaced with triple nine. If you want to give any characters also, you can, that's up to you. I want to give special character, dollar. Whatever you do, it will replace. You can see Ramesh, Bob, Kumar, Rama. Okay, it is replaced. Wherever R is there, it is replaced with dollar. That is up to you. If you want to remove R character, wherever R is there, I don't want to insert anything. Just I want to remove R. Then you don't need to give anything. Don't give even space also. Now you can see wherever R is there, that is completely removed. This is how we can do whatever operation or whatever you want to replace. Here you can give anything. See, two characters also you can give. It's not only single character like that. Okay, single character you can replace with multiple characters. Along with multiple characters, you can replace with single character. That is also you can do. That you need to practice more. Then only you can get a complete attention on the replace functionality. Next, we see the substring. What is the use of substring? Use it to get part of string starting from a specific position for a given name. This let me show you practically. Select substring employee name. I want to get characters from a employee 5th position to 3rd position. What it will return, I will show you. LU. Balu means LU. Okay. Why LU came? Okay. I told you very clearly. 5 to 3. 5 to 3 mean it will start with 5 and 3. Otherwise, let me take a simple example which you can understand very well. But example, I want to get a 1, 2, 3. First, let me show you the 1, 2, 3. See, we got a only B. We got a only B. Why B? Let me show you. Because already here, if you see, first 2 characters we have. First, we have a 2 characters that we can consider as space. Okay, that's why it is considering that values also. But what is given? We given a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 means first 2 characters are space. That's why here you are not able to see before B. But if you see, there is a space is there. First three-way characters it will return. B came. That's mean first 2 spaces. Next is a B. Next is Ramesh, right? What we given? 1, 2, 3 mean first 3 characters only. Ramesh. Ramesh mean RAM only will. Next first 3 characters mean KUM. Ram. NR like this. I want to get a, otherwise sometimes you want to get from 3 to 6. I want to get a characters from the string 3rd character to 6th character. How it will start mean first character mean first number you can consider. Second means second. Now 3 to 6 mean first we will see Balu. First 3 characters will go like this. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. Then 3 characters mean ALU will come. Coming to Ramesh, first 3 characters we don't get. We want to get it from the 3rd character. 1, 2, 3 to 3 values. Then we may get the ESH. Let me run and show you. Character 3 to character 6. 6 means 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 characters will come. Now Balu came, right? Why Balu came in? First 3rd character is start from the B. First 2 are spaces. Then 3rd character is B. 4th is A. 5 is a L. 6 is a U. Next we will see the Ramesh Babu, right? How it is, why it is coming the MESH, we will see. Third character is a M. We given a query, right? For third character to sixth character. Third character is M. Fourth character is E. Fifth character is S. And fifth character is S. And space, I think it is not considering. B also came. B is the sixth value. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this, here also we got Kumar mean MAR. Because after MAR, we don't have anything. That's why whatever is the limit is there, till that we got. Next is a MA. Next is a RESH. 4 characters. Because we don't have a fifth character to get. Okay. It's very simple. Substring mean we can get a part of the string from a string, but with the specification of the parameters. But example, what is the starting? What is the ending? We have to specify. First, you practice with these different inputs. Then only you can understand clearly how the substring functionality is behaving. Okay. Next is the concat. What is the concat mean? It is used to combine 2 or more strings into one. Sometimes you want to merge or concatenate 2 strings. Then what is your approach? We can use the concat function. Here we have employee name along with the department. These two, if you want to concatenate, what is the approach? We have to give the first string and the second string also I given, because these two I want to combine with the hyphen symbol. Next, we have to give a department. Like this, you can give the n number of character, what and all you want to concatenate. Then table on this column name I am specifying as a employee name underscore department. Whatever it will concatenate and return, right? That value I want to print in this column. Now employee. Now let me run this for you. Because I want to show the employee name and his department. That is my requirement. Then this is the approach. You can see Balu belongs to IT. Ramesh Bob is HR. Kumar sales. Rama HR. Naresh IT. If you want to represent data like this, right? Then we have to use a concat. Because here what I am doing, there are 2 columns, employee name and department. I am merging these 2 and I am printing as a single column. If you want to do this kind of operation, we can use like this. Why I am using this hyphen symbol mean? I want to bring some delimiter between these 2 numbers. If you don't give also, it will work. Let me show you. Now I given it 2 strings, right? It will come like this. See, Kumar, there is no space, again sales scale. To avoid this, I have inserted some other string between these 2 strings. Like, okay, you can use space also, no issue. That is up to you. This also you have to do more practice with the different examples to understanding more. Next, we have a write function. What is the use of write function mean? For example, let me explain the definition. Used to extract a specified number of characters from write. Write means end of a string. For example, Balu is there. You can see first name is Balu, right? I want to get the last 2 characters from any employee. Then what you can do? Write. Write means that is the end of the string. This is a column name. I given it 2. 2 means last 2 characters from any employee. First we got a empty for Balu. Why mean? Balu we given a space. 2 spaces are there. You can clearly see here. That's why 2 spaces are, it is printed spaces only, that we cannot able to see. Next and all you can see all the 2 characters from the each employee. Now I want to get the last 4 characters. Then what is your approach? There is a one string. Okay. From that string, I want to get the last 4 characters. Mean what is your approach? Write string name or any column name which contains the strings. Then we have to give 4. Last 4 characters from each string. Okay. Now my case is different. I want to get the first 2 characters or n number of characters. That is up to you. Then what is your approach? Just we have to give a left. What you need to do? Just you have to give a left mean that is a first of a string. I want to get the first two characters from each employer name, right? Then this is approach. Right mean end, left mean starting. Now you can see. Okay, but if you see here, first why we didn't get me, we have given a spaces. Okay, now let me give 4 or let me give 3. Then what is the purpose of this query? To get a first 3 characters from each employee name. You can see. This is the use of the right and left. Now next function is trim. What is the use of trim? Trim means used to remove all leading and trailing space or specified characters from a string. But example, here why I given space mean, but example, sometimes when you're getting any data from the table or some other tools are right, there is a chance you might get a starting of the string or end of the string, some spaces. Now Balu, we got a spaces, but I don't want to keep this space. I want to remove. Okay, we have the millions of rows. There are some values which contains the starting of the character space or end of the character space. That's called trailing and leading. Then what is your approach? We have to use a trim. There is a trim function. What it will trim, do mean it will remove the leading. Leading mean after the string. Trailing mean before the string. It will remove all the spaces. But example, we have a Balu, right? That name contains some spaces. Now you can see the different, it will remove. Now you can see, clearly you can see Balu removed all the spaces. But left side we can see, right side we cannot see because we don't have any character. To more understanding, let me print before trim. Now let me print all the only employee names. You can see very clearly how it's come the Balu now. You can see Balu came in the middle of the column. That's mean before we have 2 spaces. That's why it came like that. But after we cannot see. That's why we cannot able to see. But you can assume we have 2 spaces after U also. But before B also we have 2 spaces. Now this kind of space, if you want to remove, what is the approach? Trim. Now you can see the clearly how the name will come. Now you see Balu came from the start. That's mean it is removed, that space under. That is the purpose of the trim. We have a R trim also. R trim means only it's remove the right side space. What is the right side mean? End of the string. But here we cannot see here. Here right side only it is removed. But left side not removed. That's why the difference you can see here. Before B we have a 2 spaces. But I want to remove only left side. Then we can use L trim. L trim means left side only to remove the space. You can see now. Okay, if you want to remove both sides, we can use a trim function. Directly we can use a trim function. That's all. Okay. These are all the very important functions which we perform on a string data type. Hope you understood well. Okay. Now next we will see the what is the next operator types. Next we have a numeric functions. Now we'll see the numeric functions. Numeric functions. Let me open. Numeric function, whatever we did, right, that's only on the string data type. Now we are doing on the integer data type. Numeric functions are used to perform various mathematical operations on numeric data types. Numeric mean whether it is integer or a decimal, float, like that. There are some very important functions which we use frequently. Let me go through one by one. ABS. ABS useful when you need to eliminate negative values. But example, -5, -2, this kind of values you want to remove, then we go for a ABS. ABS is absolute value. Next one is a ceiling. Useful when you want to round number of up to the next integer. Okay, regardless of the decimal part. This and all we'll see practically. Then you can understand very well. Next we have floor. Floor mean you know right already. Use it to round down numeric values to the largest integer. That is less than or equal to the given number. This and all if you see practically, then only you can understand more. Power. Power mean you know right. Okay. Use it to return the results of number raised to the power of the another number along with the square root. Square root, if you want to do any number, right, then we have to use this function. Now we'll see one by one. Just I recreated the table with the different, let me recreate this file. Okay, now it is fine. Let me do it again. Fine, now I recreated. First we'll see the absolute. Now I want to get all the salaries as a absolute values. Absolute mean it which eliminate a negative value. But if you see here, Ramesh Bob's salary negative minus 3,000. Here also you can see I already printed right minus 3. Second row you can see in the output. If I want to remove, I want to get only positive number. I don't want to get a negative numbers like that. Then we go for a ABS. Now you see second row you see it is a positive value. Sometimes by mistake or some other issues, there may be inserted values with a negative. It may cause the issues, right? To avoid that, simply we can use a ABS. Okay. Next we see round numbers to the next integer, CD. Okay. But if you see here, we have a decimal number, right? Here, first salary, you can see Balu salary 224.56. This, by using ceiling, what I can do, you can see clearly this output 224.56, right? Right? 224, it became a 225 because after 225, we have a 56. Okay, which is bigger than dot 4 or dot 5 onwards, right? It will convert into next value, 224. I don't want to get these decimal values. If it's below, apart from 5, right? If it is below 4, it will consider as a 24 only. If it's below 5, it's considered as a next value. Like that, if you want to do, I don't want to use a float. Okay, then you can go ceiling, this function. Next is the floor. Round numbers down to the next integer. Round numbers to the next integer. I mean, you can see very clearly how it's behave. Next mean you can see here it is 24, 224. But ceiling mean what? It became given the upper value. But here it is not increased. Floor values. You can read clearly round numbers down to the next integer. Downs mean it's below. But here it is a next integer. But here down to the next. There up. Up mean, but example, we have 224.5 mean it's go to the next value. 24 will become a 25. Down mean, apart from increasing this value, it will consider as a 224. Okay, that is up to you. You want to increase or decrease that floating values. That is as your requirement, you can take a decision. Next, power. If you want to get a power of the given numbers, number raised to the power of another number. That example, I given a 2 as a first value, parameter value, second is the 4. Then how power will work mean? This is example you can see. 2, 4 mean 2 will be division, multiply with the 4 times with the 2. 2 2 ja, and how much? 4. 4 2 ja, 8. 8 2 ja, 16. Output will be 16. Like this, if you want to do power operations, you can see you do like this. Next is a square. The square of root of a number to the given value when multiplied by itself to the original number. Now, let me show you. Square root as more. Okay, what is square root mean? If you multiply with any number. For example, 3.16 you can consider. If you multiply with this number with same number, okay, what is the output will be 10 will be the output. The square root of a number, the given value that when multiplied by itself, give the original. Okay. What is the square root? What it will return mean? Let me explain. But example, 3.16 into 3.60. But we have to give complete number. Just I am giving an example. If you do division like this, when multiply by itself, but example 3.16, I multiply with the 3.16 only. Then what is the results will come? That is called 10. That is the square root value of a, what is square root value of 10 mean? 3.60. Because if you multiply with this value, then the results will be 10. If you want to get that kind of number, right, we can go square. Okay, these are the number related important operations. Now we have some other also, like date functions and conversion functions, system functions. These we'll see in a next class. Hope you understood very well this session. That's all today class. Bye all.